Congratulations to Wake Forest. Obviously, it was a hard-fought game, a game of swings, and they did a nice job of coming in and being able to execute and doing the things necessary to win the game. Disappointed. I thought our guys, especially there in the first half, really started almost pressing. When we had a little bit of adversity that showed up, did a lot of uncharacteristic things. He had some uncharacteristic mistakes that have shown up. Way too many penalties. We turnover, ball in jeopardy. Balls were in jeopardy. You look at the third down situations on both sides. I mean, they did a really good job in those critical down situations. I think they were 13 out of 21, of third and fourth downs, and then obviously we're not as good. We're not able to extend drives. You had some untimely mistakes, negatives, which really hurt us from being able to establish the rhythm that we wanted to have. They're late. We really had to kind of push and really push the ball. I thought our guys, did battle back. I thought they did show heart. I thought they were fighting through. It just, we made some mistakes throughout that game that you just cannot have to beat a good team. And that's a good team. It's a very experienced team. It's one that doesn't beat themselves. They don't turn the ball over. They executed and made tough catches in critical situations. We lost our focus in times of adversity, which is something that we've really made some very positive strides on. You'll hear over the course of the last year, but today, that showed up, and there's a lot of things that we're going to have to do to continue to improve. But I still believe in the football team. I told them I knew that we would find ourselves in a position there in the fourth quarter to have an opportunity to go win the game. And ultimately, we didn't make the plays necessary to be able to finish it. But those guys absolutely responded throughout the game, and just too many mistakes on our end to beat a good team.
The last time we talked to you during the week, I think it was Wednesday, and you didn't seem like you were thrilled with maybe the first couple of days of practice, the execution. How did the week end, and what did you see from the team? Did you expect them to handle the moment better today?
I thought they did respond at the back part of the week. I thought they worked hard. It's like I told them. It wasn't the effort. The effort was not the issue. What they're putting in, it's just the finer details of the focus and the execution and the things that are critical to show up within the course of practice when you're playing a good team, one that's not going to beat themselves, one that has the experience that they have, and that's where you have to be at the greatest of details. And I don't question our teams want to. Right, it's just we've got to make sure that we're consistent in those little things that can carry over to allow us to go play our best. And we've seen the really good examples of that. And then tonight, we saw that work against us. And it was, like I said, it was one of the first times this year where I felt like we were just pressing to have to we had a play that didn't work, or they made a play, or things and it's just like everybody with all the right intentions, operating a little bit outside of what necessarily they needed to do, and it might have caused a negative play, or maybe a missed assignment, or something that it was definitely correctable, where our technique is not where it needs to be, and you get a penalty, and those things are those things that beat you. And we have to be better in those moments, and I know our guys are going to respond to it, but it's just so disappointing because I do know the work that they're putting in, but in the moment, you've got to be able to apply the work.
With Wake's success on third down, was there a common theme to where they were able to maintain drives, stay on the field, something that they were doing, or that you guys weren't doing consistently?
Yeah, I mean, they did a good job of mixing up the run and pass game. We knew that's something that they do. I mean, it's we got to win in one-on-one matchups in the run game and in the passing game. And there were times that we had opportunities, but they did a good job of converting, and you were able to play ahead of the change. There were a lot of third and manageable situations, and that's where for us, I mean, it's. every play matters, and it's a good offense. It's one that it does challenge you, it stresses you. But for us, we've got to have those impactful plays, which showed up there in the third quarter. And I thought as the third and first part of the fourth, we were able to get that to play the way that I expected us to, and but still we just missed some real opportunities.
Yeah, Jared Verse came into this game hurt. He played at. It looked like he didn't play all the snaps, but he played a limited amount. But he made an impact in the game. Talk about his performance today.
Yeah, I thought Jared, he did a great job in working to rehab. Really didn't practice much, throughout the week. Got a little bit out of him there on Friday. You watch him move around. We knew that if he was available, we didn't know whether he was going to play until pregame, and he got out there moving around. Felt comfortable. Moved. Doctors, everybody felt comfortable in with the opportunity, and but we're going to be limited with him. And as the game went on, kind of let him kind of gauge where he was. And but I thought he battled. He played extremely hard. He's a great player that has a great future in front of him as he continues to go. But I was definitely pleased with the work that he put in to make himself even available for today.
You've mentioned a few times that you thought there may be times in the first half where the team was pressing a bit. Do you think, does that come from pressure of a ranking or a 4-0 start, things like that? And how do you kind of talk to the team about that?
Yeah, I think success, everybody wants more. And, you start off, you have success, you have the good feelings of seeing it play out. And, life, I say this, life's not a fairy tale. It's not going to just always go this way. It's not, you're going to face things that the key to it is the response. And, in the moment, we've done such a good job this year that when we've had a bad play, when something's gone wrong, we've been able to flip the switch and just get to the next one. And today I just felt that it was a little bit of a different energy there on the side. Like guys just, they want it so bad, but you got to stay true to the things that you do and how you prepare. You got to stay true to those little things, the fundamentals, the techniques, the focus. And I thought that we got distracted in some moments, whether it's what Wake was doing, whether it was things that we believe we needed to do to make the play. When ultimately we just got to go out there and continue to push to trust our preparation and to go put it on display.
Hey, Mike, what was your assessment?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. What was your assessment of the offensive line's performance today?
It was a kind of a mixed bag, to be honest with you. Too many penalties. The negatives that showed up. We had a couple drives that were going, but mostly those guys. We've been battling with it. Now you've got some guys that are still relative newcomers to the program that are being asked to do a lot, and we've had some injuries up front that we're really kind of testing into the depth, but those guys are very capable, and we've seen them play really well. Today, there were some things that showed up that were uncharacteristic, and that's why as I said that earlier, it's just for all the positive strides, whether it's a movement or whether it's a different look or a stem, just trust your eyes and be able to go apply what you know to do in that moment. And I just thought we were a little shaken at times, with the overall performance. And then our guys, they battled, and I definitely appreciate that group, and I know that they're going to continue to improve.
We'll go a couple rows back for Corey.
Mike, did that offensive line and some of the struggles they had, do you think that led to Jordan maybe pressing a little bit in that first half? He seemed to play much better in the second half, but there was a stretch there in the second quarter.
It's everybody. It's you put Jordan. You talked about the guys up front. All. And that's really what did show up is that there was everybody wants to make the play, and if you trust all the training that you prepared, the play will come to you, and you will be able to make the play in the moment. And but I thought Jordan responded really well in the second half. It's just which is what he does. And it shows the leader that he is. It shows the confidence that he does have in the guys around him. But I thought as an offense in general, there were times in the first half that we weren't when we started to get a drive, it would be, a mistake here or a negative here, and then it's just, I've got to overcome that, which we do, but we've just got to do that within the core of what, of what we do.
All right, stay over there for Austin. You mentioned telling the team you want to still have a chance late in the fourth quarter. How does kind of scrapping and fighting in a day that may not have been your best day help the team have confidence for the rest of the 8 games, rest of the season?
And I mean, these guys, they believe. I mean, there's not a question in their belief. It's not a question in their approach to the work of what they know that they can do. I had no doubt throughout the course of the game that we were going to put ourselves in a position to go have a chance to win it. And unfortunately, we did not make the plays necessary to do that. But you saw the heart. I appreciate all the fans that came out today. I mean, there was great energy within the stadium. Really kind of fueled off of them there in the second half, and just so grateful for that. But these guys, they want it, and we've seen the benefits of that in some really tough situations against some good people that, over the last 4 games that, what we're capable of. But today, we weren't able to be consistent enough in that to be able to achieve success. But, like I said, there was no question in how they were going to fight.
Wake's offense obviously puts up a lot of points against most everybody. You guys did get those couple of stops there in the third, maybe into the fourth quarter. Was there anything different at that point than maybe earlier the rest of the game?
No, I mean, I thought we did a good job of being disruptive up front. We were able to get pressure on the quarterback. We were able to get pressure in the run game. I thought there was some, it wasn't any big picture adjustments to what we were doing. Guys competed hard, and ultimately there in the fourth quarter, we were in position to make a play or two, and their guys, they had a couple of really good plays that they made, and contested catches. It's one of those things that we got to continue to fight, continue to believe through it. But there wasn't a wholesale change in what we were doing to get a stop. We were just we were able to be more disruptive, and that really kind of helped us through that third and early fourth.
Come back to your left for Hassan.
A couple of wide receiver questions. Start off with Micah Pittman had a big game. Stepped up. I think it was career high in yards and touchdowns. And then assess his play. And then on the other side, A.T. Perry. He's been a problem. How did he play, and how do you guys try to slow him down?
And I thought Micah. Micah's an extremely hard worker. He shows up every day at practice. Whether it's catching the ball, obviously the blocking of what he does, just his competitive spirit. I thought he was great on the sideline throughout the course of the game. Just his encouragement, his energy. He had a big punt return, which was something that we needed. And I mean, I love how he comes to work every day. And it was good to see him make those plays and really kind of help spark us throughout. But excited about what Micah's future is and just his continued growth. Perry is I mean, he's a challenge. I mean, he's a big receiver, does a good job. They were able to create some separation throughout. Does do a good job conceptually, and obviously. You've got to be able to maintain for long periods of time with some of those slow meshes, and they did a nice job with them. But I thought our guys there in the second half really rose to the challenge after that first drive, and thought they responded. But you got to give credit to Wake and how they played.
We've got time for 2 more. We'll go back over to Corey.
As a play caller and a decision maker, when you have a kicker that's struggling, if it's 4th and manageable, are you going for it in probably those spots there, especially late in the game and then even late in the first half, or is it because one was 4th and 20, another was 4th and 12?
Yeah, when it got to the long yardage the extreme long yardage situations, if we were more manageable and knowing that we had to be able to get points, and I think both were in range. Obviously, Ryan, with missed opportunity today. I mean, it's I do believe in what he's capable of, and but on the flip side of it, you have to look at the time that's left on the clock, the opportunities of what that's going to provide. You got to get 2 scores, but it's all things that are taken into thought process and throughout the equation. Same thing there, 2-point play and making the decision and, going for that in the third quarter, trying to be able to create, opportunities to go win. And that's where, we didn't get the first one, we got the second one. It kind of changes a little bit of the dynamics. If you get the first one, being down 21 and, it's just, we're going to be aggressive to go win games. And, I thought, the response and making the second 2-point conversion, got it back to a 7-point game. And, unfortunately, we weren't able to do enough, there at the end to finish it up.
Last one will be Carter over here to your left. Mike, that final 18-play drive that Wake Forest had, what kind of went into some of those back-breaking conversions they had, third down, fourth downs, and just for the whole game, what do you think they were doing maybe on those particular downs?
They did a good job. Their backs ran hard. Their O-line, they fought. The receivers made contested catches. We had a chance, I thought, on one of the third downs. The guy goes up over the top of the guy, makes a play. Those are those drives where it's we got to rise up, and I thought our guys were fighting hard with it. They did a really nice job executing and making the plays when it counted, and that's what ultimately allowed them to go and score the last field goal. I was proud of our guys for holding them up and forcing them to have to kick the field goal, but it was definitely a challenging drive, and it's like I said, it's a good offense. They've been doing good things. They got a lot of experienced players that with up front to the running backs, receivers. Obviously, they know what they're trying to do, and I thought we did have some opportunities, just didn't do a good enough job of being able to capitalize on those in that last drive.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.